What's up, family? This is your local OG motherfucking Juggalo here. So I was on YouTube this morning peeping videos, Juggalo videos, etc., etc. I ran into two interesting ones. Let me get into the one that's a little longer subject real quick, try to break it down. So it was Boy Blue talking about ICP stole this, that, or another from a rapper. And this rapper's name is uh, Fred Fred Flipper Frankenstein. Now, granted, the FFF is a little funny, but that can really be considered a coincidence. And the whole Flipper name, they're trying to, oh, well, flip the rat. Flipper actually flips a common, name. Not really name, but common nickname, street name. Flipper, on the other hand, is named after a goddamn dolphin. But either way, so I comment on there and someone commented back and da da da, and they talk about the image, and I didn't see no link. Fucking what's his name? Boy Blues said that the page was tore down or something along those lines. Like something was tore down, blah blah blah. But I understand why he didn't put a link in, because when I went to the page, the only thing I seen similar was the initials FFF and Fred. And if we want to twist around Flipper and Flip, then possibly that. But I'm looking through his page and I don't see nothing similar. Now, I seen one image that said FFF, but it was like blood letters or whatever, like dripping blood or yada yada yada. And the background was black and the letters was red. So I'm like, maybe this is what he's talking about. But at the same time, see, Psychopathic has been using black and red as their like primary colors before this kid even thought about fucking rapping. So he can back up with that shit. And the font or whatever that they used was a common fucking font. Like anybody can get that fucking calligraphy or whatever through your fucking video editor. It's not really hard to find. It's not like unique or anything. But anyway, I'm scrolling through his shit, and the only thing I seen that was relatively close was the whole initials FFF. And Fred and Flipper, if you want to throw that in. Even though, like I said, Flipper's named after a goddamn fucking dolphin, so how original is that? But, so I'm scrolling through it, and I don't see nothing. What I noticed, though, was his name's Fred Flipper Frankenstein, right? And it's spelled like Dr. Frankenstein. Ain't that the kettle calling the pot black? And not only that, there's one image where it says Fred, I keep on Flipper, and then it shows the image of Frankenstein's monster. I don't think he understands that that monster's name's not Frankenstein. It's actually ain't got a name. So technically the image should be of Dr. Frankenstein. Uh, but either way, and then I'm like, well, if there is truth to this, then that means ICP listened to his music. So maybe he's fucking dope. No, oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't like try to down people, but this dude's raps is terrible. Honestly, honestly, I would listen to CPN's raps any day. CPN's raps blows this dude out of the fucking water. So if ICP was actually watching his fucking shit, Storm, what you would ever want to call for a rap, I lost respect for ICP. I just lost a little bit of respect for ICP because that dude is fucking god awful. For one, his image looks like a cross between he's trying to look like Leatherface and the lead singer from Slipknot. Just saying. For two, when you listen to him, He sounds like he's trying to sound like the dude from Slipknot with the gravelly voice. But he's calling people thieves when clearly he's taking the image of Dr. Frankenstein's monster and using it. And using the name Frankenstein. And he just happened to rip off Flipper. Who does that? Who the fuck rips off Flipper? That douchebag does. But moving along, another thing I ran into, which is new Joker card related, I actually seen it and it said new information about Fred Fury. And it was fucking CPN. And I've been trying to, I don't know, be different. I guess you could say, let bygones be bygones, which I'll never, I don't know. I'll try to be the better person, I guess. Because I kind of had occurrence happen to me, and I talked to one of my homies about this, but I might get into that another time. But now, that's too long of a story. But, so I'm watching the video, and it wasn't nothing new for one. I mean, it was something I done posted like fucking 3-4 days ago or whatever it was. But what was funny is, everybody's talking because it shows them come from the smog or whatever of Detroit, the factory area, and it shows him have the crowbar, and he's almost got that punk hair look, right? And in my interpretation of what I see so far, he's got the crowbar, he's got a punk hair type look, he's even got a punk name almost. And punks are always anti-system. Usually, not I wouldn't say always, but usually true legit punks are like anarchy, anti-fucking system, fuck your system, etc., etc. So, like I was saying, I said this on someone's video. What it looks like to me, just my take on it. Especially the more I look at it, he's got the like wristband, like a punk wristband almost. It looks like. Uh, he's got the punk spike hairdo almost. Then looking at it more, he's got the half, which I've done said this before. Looks like he's got the half and half paint, like Carnage. And then he's got the crowbar in his hand. I think it's going back to what CPN don't want him to do because it kind of fucks up his fucking checks mix. Is it's going back to saying fuck the rich and da 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 da, which I ain't saying CPN's rich, but it'd get into the whole fucking I bet you anything, it'd get into the more political means, as in the rich Republicans, the corporations, and everything else that's going on now that's fucking holding us down. Almost back to the fucking roots, like Carnival Carnage. I get that. Everybody does it. Yeah, it'd suck if ICP does it again, though. It actually updates, like almost a Carnival Carnage, but puts it in this time era and fucking dogs all the fucking. They need to dog both sides. Because both sides ain't helping us none. But 9 out of 10, they'll probably dog the shit out of Trump. Because Shaggy 2 Dope, from what I was told and what I understand, said he don't give a fuck about no Trump, and ain't no real juggalos give a fuck about no Trump. So, yeah. But that's my take on it. It almost seems like it's going to be like a more of a political aim, more of it's just a fucking boiling up again on the inside of the ghetto, and it turns over again like Carnival Carnage, because it really does have that same paint scheme. It almost has the same feel. It's got the punk look, like the anarchist type look. I really think it's going to be a really good one, almost like Carnage, and I'm really happy if it is like that. Because some motherfuckers need to be told the truth about their fucking delusions of reality. But that's about it. I just found it funny that this dude's talking about ICP theft from him, stole from him. And the only really thing I see, which is about the same, is the FFF and the Fred. And if we want to shorten Flipper into Flip, then sure, that too. But I see no image of it. We can't go by the FFF fucking because that's what they called it. So what are they going to do? What are they going to say? Well, beware of F? Because we don't want to hurt someone's feelings. I think they got Fred copyrighted. I'm pretty sure the name Flipper's copyrighted too. And Frankenstein. But either way, that's about it. It's just I found it funny that it's like the whole situation, the kettle calling the pot black. And of course, Boy Blue's going to run with it because he's a hardcore Twizzler. Much love, Boy Blue, but it's the truth. You know it. You know you're a Twizzler. You was brought in with Twisted. Nothing against it, but that's the truth. And of course, he's going to try to find something to poke at ICP and go, "Oh, look, they did the same thing." And by the way, the psychopathic ridership, that's both Twisted and ICP. And also, 9 out of 10, they paid somebody for the beats to be able to use those. So it ain't really theft. They just redid it. Kind of like Weird Al, what he used to do. He'd pay people for the beats, be able to use their material, and then he would make sploofs of it. Not really theft. Not original, but not theft. So, yeah, there's that too. But either way, I can't wait till the FFF comes out for real. And that's about it. Like I said, I done said that like 2 times now, 3. But much kind of love. Whoop whoop.